All right, we are live, I think. Wait for this. Okay, let's check if we are live. 26 points of SEO checklist for your website. Definitely, we are live right now. 26 points of SEO checklist for your website. Definitely, we are live right now. Perfect. 26 points of SEO checklist for you. This is just I love this fact that there is a delay and then it gets repeated every time. So by the way, we are talking about all right. So let's talk with my introduction. I am Pritesh Pawar from choppingtech.com, priteshpawar.com, and you will find all my information on my website, on my LinkedIn. You will find everything in the description. So let's talk about SEO because that's the only thing that I know. I know about digital marketing and startup. So that's something that I know, and I'm just exploring how exactly YouTube streaming works. I'm exploring this tool that is called StreamYard, and that's the only purpose. I'm randomly streaming on YouTube by just picking up some random PPTs that I find relevant to my industry, and that's the only way to practice for myself. So I will be telling you about a short SEO checklist. Of course, this won't be a perfect checklist because this is not mine. This is created by Muhammad Baha. I've already listed that link in the description of this video, so you can just check it out. And if you are interested, show some love to that person who made so much efforts to make this possible, so that we could use this PPT for absolutely free without any resources. Okay, that was a random notification, just ignore it. But I was telling that feel free to check this out and show some love to that person, so that these are the people who actually contribute to SlideShare website, where you absolutely find PPTs for free, where you don't have to put resources and time. So I won't waste too much of time for you. Let's start with the presentation, or maybe session. I don't even love the word presentation. It just sounds too professional toxic, but that's what we are using right now. And by the way, don't get carried away by these 5 slides. In case you are wondering that these are just 5 slides, so YouTube streaming will be very short today, that is not the case today, because it is actually spreading vertically. This is how it is working. So this is a very long list of checklist. It is consisting of 26 best practices for new websites and SEO audits. So it is gonna be a slightly long, but let's see how long it goes, because again, I don't have that much calculation when I'm streaming how much time it will be taking, but it will be definitely less than 1 hour. So let's not waste time and get ahead. So what is this SEO checklist for new website for SEO audits? Oh, all right. So you might be, just to give a background for your information, that there are 3 parts of SEO: on-page SEO, off-page SEO, and technical SEO. So there are various aspects in all these 3 types of SEOs. And in on page SEO, whatever you do on that particular web page, that is on page SEO. Then to boost that page, you are doing some activities that are not done on your website, but that is done somewhere else, be it social media or some other websites. That is called off page activities. And in technical, you just try to resolve and make your website better and better in terms of maybe speed or performance. That is called technical SEO. And I just realized that I have not even mentioned what exactly SEO means. And if you are just wondering what exactly SEO is, so SEO is exactly a function which makes your website to rank on Google for particular keywords. That is just a random easy definition from my side. That is my understanding. And from 2019, I have been ranking various websites across Google and other search engines as well. So I have a bit of experience doing this. So that's the reason, obviously, I have taken this topic today. And the first checklist that he has mentioned, that you need to obviously put your website on Google Analytics. Now, what exactly Google Analytics does? Google Analytics help you calculate the traffic on your website. It actually helps you to check out the behavior, how exactly people are behaving on your website. That is calculated by Google Analytics, and you have to register your website on that tool. Then if you are using WordPress, then there are various tools like Yoast, Rank Math. There are several tools right now. You can use any of them. Make sure that you install those plugins because they do half of your work. You don't have to take care of so many activities that you either otherwise you might need to check out. So make sure that you make your work easier so that it will be better for your SEO journey. Then the third thing is you need to add your website to Google Search Console. We have checked Google Analytics. What it was doing, it was actually understanding the behavior once a visitor comes to your website. But what Google Search Console does, it tells you the behavior from Google to website. So if a user is searching something on Google and then landing on your website, that journey is calculated by Google Search Console. And that's the reason it is important that you also register your website on Google Search Console. It gives you multiple data points, like it will tell you about indexing status, about your keyword rankings, your not bounce rate, but your the keywords you are ranking, of course. Then there are so many things that are involved on Google Search Console. You can just check that out. Also, you will get to know about crawl errors, or the things that Google has penalized your website for. So many things are there. That will be a completely different session to learn how exactly Google Search Console works, but you understood a rough thing that how exactly Google Search Console works. Then you need to, of course, improve your website performance and speed. If you are visiting your website and it is not loading fast, then you are losing much of your traffic, because people are really impatient these days. They want everything quick. So that's the key, that you have to make your website very fast, and it should be very easy to crawl. Don't make it like any government website, which is very tough to even navigate. So don't do like that. Follow some amazing tech startups. They really have some amazing websites. Take inspiration from them and follow them. Then it is about take the Google mobile friendly test. Okay, it is important that your website is mobile friendly, because these days it's mostly about uh, mostly users are coming from mobile devices. So it's very important that your website loads amazingly on mobile as well. And that's the thing I always notice with web designers, that they always keep on testing their website on desktop, because obviously you are creating that on desktop, but they always tend to forget to even check on mobile devices. So that should not happen in your case. Then develop a buyer persona. Of course, when you are working on SEO, it is important that you check out the type of audience that you want on your website. So if you want to attract people who are doing some researching about your product, or if you want to educate them, if you want to understand all these buyer persona, you should check my previous live stream. I have mentioned about it in detail. Then of course you need to do some keyword research. Now keyword research is based on your keyword strategy, what exactly you are going to target. So are you going to, again, that's all around revolving around your goals. Are you exactly trying to make some sales, or are you trying to generate leads, or are you trying to make awareness in the industry? That's all up to you. Based on that, use keyword strategy for yourself. And of course, when your website is new, try to target long tail keywords and not very heavy keywords. That, like, for instance, let me give an example, that best shoes, that's it. That is a very highly competitive keyword, because it is a small keyword that anyone is typing very quickly, and millions of searches are happening over there with too much of competition. But if you target a keyword like best shoes under 5,000, that is comparatively easier, because that is a long tail keyword, and companies are not interested in digging out long tail keywords because they are very low in volume, because people are searching less for them. So make sure that you implement your strategy based on that. Then you need to, of course, brainstorm some keyword ideas. You can use tools like, as I mentioned in my previous stream, you can use tools like Uber Suggest, or you can use Google Keyword Planner. Then Quora is there. Then uh, even Google Trends will work. So there are so many tools. If you are willing to spend money on your SEO tools, then you can use Href or maybe SEMrush. So these are amazing tools that can work for your keyword research. Then, of course, narrow down your keyword list. As I mentioned, that you need to select specific keywords and then target them, rather than just going with the flow and without any strategy, because that won't work in long term. Then choose your target keywords. Again, the same thing. You need to target your keywords, but is he trying to tell anything different from uh, okay, it's exactly the same thing. You need to target your keywords based on your goals. That's the end result we want. Then again, on page SEO checklist. As I mentioned in my few minutes back, there are three types of SEO techniques. In case you forgot, technical, on page, and off page. So this is second part, that is on page SEO. Now, of course, pick one keyword per page. So whenever someone is trying to search a keyword and you want to land that person on your website, then you should only target one keyword per page, so that only one page is loaded on that website on Google, and that's how you get traffic from Google. Right? Title tags search engines love. Okay, so like you should be using some attractive title that will actually integrate your keywords, as well as it will sound much clickbaity. Not exactly clickbait, don't do that, but it should sound catchy. Like, it should also convince Google Search Console as well as your users. So it is important to impress algorithms plus users. So make sure to make a balance and involve your keywords in your titles. That will be the best strategy you can use. Now, URLs. Your URLs should be very friendly. Your URLs should contain the keyword that you are targeting. Then it should not contain random strings, like for instance, these things that he has mentioned, that you are using underscores, then suddenly random numbers. Don't do that, because that is not a SEO friendly tactic. If you want to use a good URL for your particular page, make sure that you just use your keyword and that's it. Just leave it like that. Now, meta descriptions. What exactly meta descriptions mean? When you are trying to Google something, there is a title, there is a description, and there is a link. That description is called meta description. That gives some more information about that page in a short context over there itself, on Google itself. That is called meta descriptions, and it is important that you optimize that as well. Now, optimize for the Google image search results. Okay, so this is about image search results. So when you are using a blog post or page to trying to rank it on Google, then it is important that you also look out the image strategy. Even there is a section for Google images, right? And you want to rank your pages over there as well. So what will you do? You will try to rank your images over there. And how do you do that? You need to optimize your images for Google. That is again a vast topic to cover, but just to give you short insights, try to rename your images based on your keywords. Then you need to provide alt tags, proper descriptions, proper captions. That is important for your image search. Then reduce bounce rates. Now, what exactly bounce rate means? If a user is coming to your website and immediately bounces back. So I searched for best shoes, and I visited Nike's or maybe Adidas website, and I went back to Google again. That is called bounce rate, because I'm not doing anything. I just went to that page, did nothing, just scrolled a bit and bounced back. That is called bounce rate, and that should not be more than 50%, I would say. Like 50% is still average, but try to reduce it as much as possible. It should be less, it should be just less in number. So make sure that it is under 50% on your Google Analytics. Give your, okay, that notification is seriously annoying, but I will try to keep it silent next time. So all right, so give your SEO a boost with heading tags. Like as I mentioned, that your keywords should be present everywhere, being H1 tags, H2 tags, and all these tags are important for Google. This is for search engines, and also it looks good to highlight the important sections on your website so that your users understand what exactly that particular section is talking about. Then include outbound links. Here that person is saying that you should at least mention two outbound links or something like that. That is not the case. It should be a perfect balance and contextual. As long as you are putting out relevant links that are actually pointing out to some authentic sources, that's completely fine. Just make sure that you don't spam your page full of links. So there is no hard and fast rule to just include two links that are going outside of your website. That is not the case. It's just a myth that you just need to provide two links or something. Feel free to make it as many as possible, as long as they are contextual in nature. That is important. That's the important thing that I am telling you right now. And same for interlinking as well. If you are making it contextual, feel free to use as much links as possible. Like you can take an example of Wikipedia. There are so many links out there, like they are literally interlinking for each and every word out there. So that doesn't mean that it is bad for SEO. Had it been the case, then Wikipedia would never rank on Google, but that's not the case. They are interlinking so much, and yet they are ranking for almost every keyword on the internet, almost. So that's again not a hard and fast rule to just include 2 to 3 internal linkings. So just refrain from such myths and stay updated with the industry knowledge. This is probably an outdated slide. I won't blame the author of this slide, but that I'm just busting some myths around the SEO terminologies. Publish longer content. Okay, it should be at least 300 words and 1500 words for competitive keywords. It's nothing like that. It's all about how relevant your information is. We have been publishing content for around 5000 words, 10,000 words, and they are still not ranking, while my some of my blogs have just 1000 words and they are ranking perfectly well. So it's nothing about the number of words, but more about the context as well as your competition. Then use prominent social media buttons. Of course, when a user is coming to your website and that person is not finding anything to share, then I think that is a lost opportunity for you. It is always important to give a CTA to your visitor. If I come to your website and I really like that blog that you have written over there, and I don't find anything to share that with my friends, I will probably not even share, because it's tough to go through the URL bar and then I will uh, copy that and then paste to somewhere else. That is just a tedious task for me, and I will just drop it. So better you make it easy for your visitors to just share those links to their friends on WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, and readily such plugins are available for WordPress. You can even do that on coded website. It's really easy. Then double check in everything. Okay, once you are live with an SEO audit tool, like this is just unnecessary point that he has added. Let's proceed further. Link building strategy. And now this is a part of off page SEO that I mentioned in my previous minutes. So this is about off page SEO that you will be doing on some another website. Now, link building strategy is all about the goal, how you want to grow on your website. So always try to build do follow links. Now, there are two types of links that you can earn from other websites. One is do follow and another is no follow. So what exactly do follow means? Do follow means that Google is taking those links seriously. And in no follow links, Google is not taking it seriously. It's just that Google is reading those links and passing by, so they are not really helpful. Try to get do follow backlinks, they are more important. How do you get that? That is another session. You can Google it out, or maybe find something that you can just comment down below if you know anything about it. But that's the strategy. You need to link build. And let me tell you my personal uh, insights, that I have never worked for backlinks till date. Whatever I got, they were all organic backlinks. So I never tried to get backlinks somehow. I just created a funnel that people automatically build, give me links, and that just works. So try to build some system like this instead of pitching people to give you links, because that's really resource consuming for you, and you don't want to get involved in that, leaving your exact work, right? Now analyze your competitors backlinks, rankings, and traffic. This is just an age old technique, that whenever your competitor is being linked by someone else, then you ask that person to link you as well. That is just an old technique that somehow works, but you can just try that out. Then maximize links for your SEO campaigns. Then, like, what exactly he is trying to say here? Expect 5% response rate from these code. Okay, so he's trying to tell you that you can run SEO campaigns to generate backlinks. You can mail people in masses and then ask them to give you a link for exchange of maybe something. That can be anything. It's all about the deals, but that's how people try to get links. And then finally, I think we are on the last part. Create content that generates links and social shares on autopilot. And this is what I was telling you. Don't try to fetch backlinks, but try to generate a system that will automatically keep fetching you links over the period of time. So I have honestly not gone through the uh, whole slide. I was just picking out the points, and I'm glad that he has actually mentioned about these techniques here. Model successful content, bus sumo to find proven content ideas and format, put together best list. All right, he's just telling about to create an amazing tool or maybe amazing pages which people would love to link back to you. That's the ultimate guide he's trying to tell over here. So that's just another technique that you can do, and even I am doing the same thing. If you check my website, I have so many tools and products just listed on my website that people love to just share them, link them, and that's how I get my backlinks over there. And initially I had even created some amazing infographics, and people love to read infographics. So that's another infographic technique or link building technique that you can use. It works really well. So try to invest in that. Maybe by hiring someone or doing it by yourself. You can use tools like Canva. It's really easy, but seriously it's time consuming, and you need to have some design sense so that people will actually love it, and not it's just about infographics that you are just posting to attract people, leading to nowhere. And finally, quickly get to search it. Okay, so he's telling about using social media platforms that actually can drive you traffic. So what I would say, use social media platforms to drive traffic organically, so that your authority in front of Google will improve with time, so that Google will understand that this person or this website is actually getting shared by more people, read by more people, so this website must be good. So that's another hack that I had used in my previous days, when I used to just share my links and answers on Quora, and I would say that was a big boost that I used to get. Again, then I used to share my links on WhatsApp, because people used to uh, just visit those links, go through the article, and Google somehow thought that this article is amazing because session times were really good, and that's what made Google trust my website. And this is a great hack that I would say. So make sure that you use this presentation session, whatever you call it. I hope that you understood so many things over here. feel free to check this out, because I don't think this just one video or session will be helpful for you. I've already linked this presentation in my description. Make sure that you check it out. Make sure you create a checklist to apply every time you publish a blog or page, so that your SEO results will be very successful. I wish you all the best for your amazing SEO journey. Hope you like this video, and make sure that you subscribe. Till then, take care and goodbye.